Hi, I'm James Green with ActualTech Media, and we're here today at Kentik. I'm here with Alex, who's the VP of Product Marketing, and we're going to talk a little bit about what you guys do here. We were just talking about how network analysis and monitoring has been something we've been doing for as long as networks have been around, but we've been very limited in the amount of, especially business intelligence we can extract out of that. We can tell if something breaks, and that's kind of, the extent of it. You guys are offering some really intelligent stuff to help us get real value out of the information that we've really been wasting that our network was already generating. Can you tell me about how you're doing that and what we can get out of that if we're leveraging Kentik?
Sure. So what we're doing is we're taking the kind of data that your network is already generating. So that's traffic flow data like NetFlow, SFlow, IPFix, and other sorts of data of that form, plus routing data. So we do BGP peerings if you have an internet edge devices, as well as adding in other interesting information such as network performance metrics and geolocation data. What we're doing is we have put together a big data engine in the cloud that kind of blows away all the constraints that have been in place when the collection analysis was performed by a single server appliance that was sitting in a rack in your network somewhere. We're taking those constraints away, and so when we do that, we allow you to get full detail storage for 90 days of all of that flow data, which in a lot of cases is a tremendous amount of data. But once we do that, we can then do incredibly powerful multidimensional analyses and return answers in seconds. And what that means is that if you're actually trying to figure out what's going on in a particular situation in your network, you can get to answers by coming up with a question, asking it in a very sophisticated way, doing a multi-billion row analysis, get answers in a couple of seconds, realize, hey, I need to ask a slightly different question, and be able to do that over and over, and within a minute, get extremely precise answers about network conditions.
So you're taking big data principles that we've seen applied other places in the business and applying them to the network, and you're doing it in the cloud.
Right, and it's one of the things that we realized when we started out on this journey was that a lot of big data is slow, right? It's meant to gather things together and do kind of post-processing. So you have to wait to assemble what's kind of called a data cube in a lot of cases, right? You get all these disparate pieces of data, and then you wait because you have to assemble that cube. And once you've done that, that might take 30 minutes or even hours. Once you've done that, you can ask the questions. In an operational setting, you need to be able to just start asking questions and getting answers immediately. So ours is a real-time engine. It processes all the data as it's ingesting it into a format that's ready to query within 3 seconds, typically.
Now, if you were going to do that on premises, you would need some pretty beefy hardware, actually, to process all this stuff in real time and make it available like that. And what I think is neat about the model that you've built upon here is that's not a problem for me, and you're going to handle the workload and know that the system is going to perform. All I need to do is get my data there so you can use it. Right.
We offer it as a SaaS. You can actually sign up and be in production use within 15 minutes. And as our design scales out horizontally, so as more and more customers come on, we have over 100 customers now, and we're actually taking in about 125 billion data records per day currently. So it's big, but nonetheless, it's designed in a multi-tenant fashion. It's private. It's we employ sort of fairness queuing so that when any particular customer or user wants to use it, they get answers back. In 95th percentile, our systems tell us that you'll get an answer back in 2 seconds.
That's great.
Pretty much for almost any query that you can make.
Cool. So if somebody who's watching wants to learn more about Kentik Detect, where can they go to find out more?
So they can go to kentik.com. There's a ton of rich information on it, as well as there's a free trial. It's fully functional, and like I said, you can, from the time that you register, and if you're ready to send us some data, really be using it within about 15 minutes.
Awesome. Thanks for your time today.
Thanks a lot.